And a very pleasant good evening to all of you on this nice, warm spring night. At least it is where we are. It was 102 here today. We're going to continue the chapter that we've been working on for the last few weeks on listening, what you hear, what you identify, in order to know whether or not this is the type of person you want to work with before you present, to avoid rejection. How do you take those first 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 minutes and figure out what kind of a person am I working with? And as you know, Naomi has been kind enough to help out these last few weeks. We have no idea what's going to happen tonight. You all know that. You know Naomi. She loves to make me sweat. So if you're ready to go, Naomi, let's have some fun.
Okay. You want to go over some housekeeping stuff? Are you going to open it up to the whole group later, or?
I'll let you handle the housekeeping because you're better at that than I am.
Okay, but are you going to open it up to the entire group?
Yes, I am.
Later?
Yes.
Okay. So, if you've got noise in the background, how to mute just you out, you'll be able to listen, but we won't be able to hear the noise in the background. You do *6. And to unmute, you do the same thing, *6. So if you want to talk later and there isn't a whole lot of noise in the background, please feel free when we pause. And are you still doing the same offer, John?
Yes.
Okay, so there are 3 parts to this personality, and John will decide, based on who gets the 3 parts that I put down, who's getting some extra leads.
Double leads, yes. So the idea is we want to reward you for listening, and when you listen, you're learning how to evaluate someone to keep from presenting and being rejected, or to be able to see whether or not you have the solution that they need. Because if they don't have the solution, why should you even present? Look at all the time you've saved in frustration. So with that thought in mind, Naomi, let's see what kind of devilishness you've dug up for us tonight.
Okay.
Okay, ring, hello?
Hello?
Naomi, this is John Met, and I was giving you a quick courtesy call back because I was responding to your request for some no-obligation information. You said you wanted to do some research about owning your own business. Do you remember doing that?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I do. I'm glad you called. I have a couple of minutes. So, what do you have?
Well, when you say what do I have, you specifically requested wellness. And so obviously I'm calling you back because that's what you wanted. But with your permission...
No, I need energy. I need better health. I need to help a lot of people. And I know a lot of people.
Okay.
So
what I was hoping we could do was we could just focus on you, Naomi, and see if what we have fits you or not, to make sure that you not only qualify for it, but you're looking at something that will fit you. And if you do decide to make a decision down the road, it'll be a decision that's best for you first. How does that sound?
Okay. All right. So, I've gotten a number of phone calls before, and most of them are just blah, 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 and blah, and I go to the website. Do you have a website too? Is that how your business is going to go? Are you going to send me someplace to go in and check it out
I have no idea if we're even going to get that far, Naomi. Okay? What we want to do now is focus on what your needs are, what your why is, what experience that you can bring to the business, what you're comfortable with, what you're not comfortable with. Because if this doesn't fit you, it doesn't make sense to proceed, does it?
Well, I have to find something that, in the wellness, I have family members who are sick. I'm constantly having to run around and take them to doctors and tests, and there's just so much going on. And I need to find something to help them, to help me, because I don't know how I fit in the things that I fit in. I'm here and there. You have no idea.
Okay. Well, tell me a little bit about yourself, would you please?
I don't know what to tell you. I work hard. I'm diligent. I have lots of responsibility. I have a lot of things going on. I've got business things going on. I've got personal things going on. I have to take care of family members. I'm running around like a chicken without a head. I got to do stuff.
Okay. When you say you work hard, what kind of occupation are you in, Naomi?
Well, I used to be a nurse.
You used to be a nurse. And did you enjoy being a nurse?
Yeah, I did until I got hurt. My back's all pulled out. And I can't be doing that. I'm working with attorneys now to get my disability going, and a lot of things are going on.
Okay.
A lot of things. I got to find something. I got to do something. So now you know why I'm sticking with wellness. I got people to take care of. I got to run around here and there.
Have you ever owned a business of your own, Naomi?
No.
No. Do you know what's required of someone who owns their own business?
What could be required? I mean, when I'm looking at some of these websites, there's, you get something. If it works, great. Then pass it along, and maybe people want to do the same thing.
Well, do you enjoy helping people?
All my life.
All your life? If you were to have a business of your own, would you have 10, 15 hours a week to work your business?
Well, I got to find the time to do what I got to do.
Okay. But do you have 10 or 15 hours to spare now?
I never have time to spare. You find it, and you do what you got to do.
Oh, you never have the time. Okay. Okay. We're going to pause right now, Naomi. We're going to pause, and I'm going to ask our co-hosts, some of you are already on the line, if any of you want to offer any comments. I know Vanessa's there, I know Dana's there. What do you hear in listening to this lady? What kind of bells are going off in your head? Who wants to go first?
John, this is Dana. I will.
Okay.
She seems very assertive to me. I don't know if it's in a good way. Maybe a little headstrong. And I kind of wonder, is she coachable?
Good for you. What else did you recognize?
I think she almost sounds a little bit, sour, if you will, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Just seems a little unhappy.
Okay. All right. Did you notice anything else?
Not off the top of my head that I can identify.
Okay, mindset issues and coachable issues. Okay. All right. Vanessa, did you hear anything?
Yeah, I'm thinking this sounds a little hurried, just kind of want to make a quick decision, just kind of have a solution to a problem without really listening and determining whether or not, this is the right business for her. So she seems a little, just quick to make a decision.
So she gives you the impression that she's very impatient.
Right.
Okay, we all know what happens when you're very impatient, don't we?
Yes.
You're like a shooting star, and then you're gone. Okay, did you hear anything else, Vanessa?
Well, it seems like she definitely is in need of a product, so I don't know if she just want to be...
Okay. All right, very good.
She's really looking for a business. She's not asking about the business. She's looking for a product.
Okay. I think that's the biggest observation right there. She's looking for something to help herself first.
Right.
Okay. And that's what I really think she's most interested in.
Yes.
Okay. Did you get the sense that she's so fractionalized that how could she find 10, 15, 20 hours a week to do something new?
Right, that's what I was thinking too. She seems like she's really overwhelmed with having to take care of her family, so I'm just trying to figure out how she's going to even have time to really concentrate on the business.
Okay, so I got Vanessa for overwhelmed, looking for product, and impatient, And Dana was coachable and mindset issues. Very good. Okay. All right. Anybody else have a comment? I'll open up the floor right now for our guests to see what you heard. What did you hear?
All callers are unmuted.
Okay. Anybody have any comments? What did you hear when you were listening?
This is Wes, and if I were working with her, I think I would start her on the product and see how it worked with her body, and I don't know that I would want to have her as a business partner.
Very good. I vote for your comment. Okay. I vote for your comment. Very good. Now this is wonderful that you folks are listening to this person. We only spoke to her for approximately about 3 minutes and 20 seconds. And look what you heard in 3 minutes and 20 seconds. It's amazing. It's wonderful. Anybody else have a comment or an observation?
This is Bob. Mine was that if she appeared to be overstressed. She had to do it all. And she didn't seem to do it.
I agree. Yes, a lot of stress. And I'm going to put that down, Bob. Stress. Good observation. Anybody else have any observation?
Well, hi. I was just getting ready to say, who do you belong to?
I beg your pardon? Anybody else have a comment? Or what they heard?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello, my name is George from Kissimmee, Florida.
Yes, sir.
You emailed me, and I seen your phone number and code number, so I tried to see what this is all about. What company, what product are you selling?
I'm not selling any product. This is a coaching call.
For what company?
There is no company involved. We're helping people to work their business. These are all students that are on the phone.
Well, I'm new. I don't know what this is all about. Can you explain what it is?
Okay, we do a call every Tuesday night for people in network marketing business to help them to work their business, and it's a free call.
Oh, I see. I have a product to give out.
Okay.
In fact, I have two products.
Okay, well that's not what we do on this program. We're just here to help people to work their business. Okay?
Okay, all right.
Bless you. Okay, let's go back and pick up the call from where we were and see what happens here.
All callers are muted and they can unmute themselves. All callers are muted.
Naomi, let's go back to work.
Okay.
When you mentioned your health issues, that seemed to be the most paramount issue. What is most important to you right now about your health?
Oh my God, not just mine. I mean, I've got elderly people, aunts and uncles and parents and I've got some cousins that are oh my God, it's a mess. Everything. You open up any book and we've got all kinds of issues.
And you said you're working with...
It's my back.
It's your back. Okay.
I pulled out my back, so, I'm in pain a lot, and I want to get hooked on all these pain pills and stuff. They keep giving them to me, so I'm trying physical therapy, and I'm sore, and I'm doing all this stuff to try so that I can, take care of everybody. There's just so much.
Okay. How important is it to you when you're trying a product, Naomi, to know that you have no risk?
Well, there's different types of risk. I mean, there's risk that medications have side effects. There's risks that you're wasting your time doing something, taking something that it's not going to work for you, and you're going to hope and then get disappointed. And
well, then let me ask the question.
What kind of risk are you talking about?
I'm talking about risk, for example, as when you're taking a product, the benefits of having an all-natural product, let's say that's certified and organic, so you don't have any risk with the chemicals like you're talking about all the prescriptions you're taking. And then in addition to that, you have the benefits of a product, trying it, realizing that you have no risk because you can return an empty bottle if you're not satisfied with the product. That's what I was referring to as risk. Is that something that would be appealing to you?
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Okay. Then what I would like to suggest is that with your permission, I will send you some information regarding the different products we have to see if one of them would fit your specific needs or your family's needs, in which you could try the product, try it for a month, see the value and the benefits. If it doesn't work, you merely get a refund of your product back. And at the end of that period of time, if you do see a benefit and you do see a value, something that would help you, help your family, your parents, your cousins, the elderly members that you were referring to, and if you would like to go to the next step and look at the business aspect of that, I would love to discuss it with you if you'd allow us to take it one step at a time. How does that sound to you?
That sounds good. So you have my email?
I have all of your contact information that you gave us when you were interviewed.
Okay, fine. Go ahead and send that, and is your number going to be in there?
Yes, my contact information, and what I'd like to do is give you a chance to look at some of this information. I'm going to send you an assessment tool that you can evaluate, make sure there's maybe some questions there that you haven't thought of that you'd like to get answers to. And tomorrow, if you've got time tomorrow to talk the same time as we are now, all we're going to do is continue on focusing to make sure that all of your questions are answered and you're comfortable and going no farther than that.
Okay, well, I'll look the stuff over and I'll give you a call.
Okay. Alrighty. I'm going to put another pause in this and turn it back over to everybody. And Naomi, it's your turn to get involved in this. I have not said a word about what I hear. Okay? And I hear a shopper. That's what I hear. A shopper. A tire kicker. All the rest of this, everybody else has already uncovered. But somewhere underneath that, I may be wrong, but you're shopping and you're good at shopping, but I don't know if you're really going to, do what you need to do. But I would definitely try the next time we talk to get you to try the product and see how far we could get with that. That's what I heard. Anybody else have any comments after these last comments that Naomi, the prospect, made?
John, this is Romana.
Yes.
Yeah, John, to have a curious question, because I thought it was a really nice, smooth transition to get her to agree to try the product, and then you spoke through the gradual stepping. Once you try the product, get perhaps be interested in the business aspect. So I'm curious why you would send her the survey, the self-assessment survey.
She seems to impress me as the kind of person that she wants something, and the assessment tool is harmless.
But doesn't that go against the appropriate assessment made that she's better at starting off with testing the product?
That's right.
So wouldn't the second call be following up on just her assessment of the product and not introduce the survey? Well,
that's a judgment call. The reason I would have sent her the assessment tool is if I didn't want her going to the website and making a predetermined decision because of her personality. And I have to send her something, so the assessment tool is a harmless evaluation tool that she can look at. But when it comes time to go to the website, I would go with her and hold her hand going right through it, product by product. Because she might just fly off her handle and say, oh, this is just like everything else, and I wouldn't have a chance to answer her questions. And when she talks about her elderly parents and her cousins and all that, she may be a great product user and a half a dozen people that use the products right along with her.
Right. I totally agree with that.
So then I don't know what else to send her other than something that's totally benign that she can't jump and make a decision one way or the other. I didn't want to take a risk of losing her as a product user. That's why I suggested the assessment tool.
Oh, okay. Because I think I would have probably, I was thinking more like the next step would be, and I thought that's where you were going, with walking her, sort of understanding her wellness needs, and then talking through the products that may be helpful to her so she can test one or two products.
We can try that if we can get her to talk straight.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Okay, all right.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Bless you, dear. Anybody else have a comment or an observation?
Donna, this is Vanessa. I was just curious as to, I know she began the conversation with stating that she had talked to several people, and they had sent her emails to look at, different information. It sounds like she may have had some people to talk to her about different products from other companies. I was just curious as to why you didn't further ask her, like maybe what was it she liked or disliked, or was there anything that sounded interesting to her about what she's seen or not, just to kind of get an idea of what it was she may have looked at. Maybe it could have been a product or something to meet her needs. But
you're absolutely right, and the reason I didn't pursue that was the way she hit me when we started the call, she kind of turned me off.
Okay.
Okay, and it's like, okay, what do we do next? Okay?
Okay.
All right, because I don't mean to be judgmental, but I knew what was coming. She was just going to sit there and rap on everything that she doesn't like. They just want my money, and they drug me to the websites. She already said that already. So that's why I focused on, well, tell me a little bit about yourself and what you're looking for, because there was no point in going, she made it real clear how she felt.
Okay.
She doesn't like telemarketers. She doesn't basically like marketing. She didn't like anybody that called her. She didn't like the websites they took her to. I don't know that she could be dealt with other than maybe getting her to try the product and be happy with the results of a product.
Okay. I understand.
Now, as again, that's only a judgment call. And, sure as I say that, I'd be wrong and have to apologize. Because Naomi's going to tell us in a few minutes what she really meant by everything she said, and which one of us read her right, and which one of us didn't read her right. And I think it's time for us to listen to you, Naomi.
Well, I think the points that everybody brought out were awesome. That's number one. And the person before Vanessa, who was that? That was wondering why that you sent why you would send the assessment tool.
That was Romana.
Romana.
Yes.
I thought of that too. And I think that for this type of personality, and the three things that I wrote down was drama, someone who is scattered, although I'm not sure I really conveyed that very well, and a talker. And Dana and Vanessa and Bob all got them. I thought since this person is so overwhelmed and so scattered that driving home the point that, well, I can leave this and you can go to the website just like all the other phone calls, or we can do this different. And I can send you an assessment tool that we'll go over much later, but at least you'll have it and get a bird's eye view of how I do my business, which I think you'll find is different than even some of the other phone calls. And compare.
Mm-hmm.
And bring that all around.
Okay.
That was something that I thought of from some of the comments that you made and that they made. What are your thoughts?
I agree with you. But after 4 years, I know better than to not agree with you. No, you're absolutely right, Naomi. I concur. Let's open up the floor and see if we have any questions or comments from our guests.
All callers are unmuted.
John?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is AJ.
I think you start off the call by saying, do I have a solution to what they need? She doesn't need a business. I wouldn't even worry about giving her an assessment tool. I think that's going to confuse her. I know we've talked about this point, but I feel pretty strongly that I would not have sent her an assessment tool. That's just going to confuse her because her solution is for the fountain of youth. I mean, she's got, I don't know how many problems she's got for how many people.
Uh-huh.
So I think that focusing on her, on a product, was the only way to go. She's not looking for a business, and she doesn't want a business. So I was still strictly with the product, and I would not have sent her the tool. I think that's going to confuse her. But
all right.
That's my opinion.
No, that's a good opinion.
I don't know that because this person was a nurse, and because of all the medical problems, I'm thinking more along the lines that this person would get other people, not necessarily to do the business in the way that we do the business, by looking for other people, but to sell products. This person may sell products.
Right. But Steve was saying that it would be a mistake to send you the assessment tool, and he was agreeing with Ramana. And he does have a very valid point.
Hello, John?
Yes.
How you doing? This is AJ from North Miami, Florida, Albert County.
Yes, sir. Do you have a question, please?
Yeah, the question was, I heard you guys was talking about prescription drugs and organic, 100% organic. I do have a product which is 100% certified organic product. If you could go on my website, which is healthwellnesscafe.com, and I could go along and see all the products I have.
All callers are muted and they can unmute themselves. All callers are muted.
Okay. Thank you, AJ, but we don't do any promoting on these calls. We're not allowed to do that. Because there's so many companies represented on this call. That's not what we do, so I'm sorry. Well, any other questions from our co-hosts, Vanessa, Dana, Damien? You've been very quiet tonight, Damien.
Well, for one thing, I think that the prior caller there could certainly learn a lot from just listening to these calls, because I think we're making the same mistake that I was making call after call, and that was promoting the product first and not listening to the person and finding out what their needs were to see if their needs even meet the assessments of our product.
That is, discover first, present second. Damien, that's wonderful. Bless you. Bless you.
Thank you.
Ramana, give him a big thumbs up. That was a wonderful observation.
I did.
There you go.
2 thumbs up.
2, you better believe it. Yes. Keep that family together. All right, that's wonderful. Anybody else have a comment?
Yeah, John and Steve again.
Yeah, Professor.
Your introduction. What type of person am I talking to? Do I want to work with him or her? This type of person drives me nuts. I could never work with somebody like this. A flighty and here and there and everywhere else, no focus whatsoever. Some people, I guess, are much more patient, but I think it's important, and I think you made a point up front that, you know, this is all individual, and if I couldn't work with her, I wouldn't work with her. I couldn't work with a personality, and I think that's important to bring out, that there's some personalities that, you know, you work with and click with, and others you don't, and it's good to perhaps make sure that you know what's good for you and what's good for them, because this lady and I together would not work.
Well, the point is I couldn't work with her either, and the lady on this phone, Naomi, personally I love as a person, and we're practically like brother and sister, but she comes up with these personalities, and she came up with a zinger tonight, because it was fire and water from the very beginning, but doggone it, we experience these on our calls when we're talking to prospects, and it's an informed decision that everybody has to make. What do I want to do? How do I want to deal? Do I want to babysit with this person, and moving them to the product and letting them just use the product is the safest way to go? I agree with you, Steve. And thank you for the comment. Never a dull moment, everybody, when we got Naomi. Anybody else have a comment or a question tonight? Okay.